Boxing King Media, powered by the Riyadh season. Tevin Farmer out here in Saudi Arabia. How are you doing, Tevin?
I'm doing great. I can't complain. Another day alive is always a blessed day, so I'm feeling good.
First time in Saudi?
First time.
Okay, just first impressions, what you expected from the culture and the people, and what's happened.
My first impression when I got here, beautiful people. They take care of you. Just great people, great people. You know, I've been all around the world, and I got to meet a lot of people, and I can say coming here definitely have some of the best people that I have ever met.
Yeah, and you've getting a baptism of fire, as they say. You're going straight in against a hot shot who's rated really highly, and I'm from speaking to Oscar earlier. They can't find people that want to fight him. You're stepping straight in.
Absolutely, I'm a dog, you know. And before it was a ZEPEDA, it was a Tevin former, and I think a lot of people forgot about who I was. So you know, it's just time to remind them on Saturday night who I am, and I'm gonna show the world. I'm gonna shake up the 35-pound division, and that's a fact.
You know, like obviously, majority of our fans are British, and a lot of them will recognize you when Eddie Hearn went to the US, and you was one of the first proper signings that he kind of jumped in with the US market. So, how do you think your career has been between that time and now?
I mean, between that time and now, I had a great career, especially around the time where the zone had just came on, and me signing with Eddie. You know, I had some big fights, made a lot of money. Unfortunately, COVID happened. I was out of the ring for a while, but I got back in the ring 2023, and now I'm here today. You know, it took me a year to get back on the big stage, and I'm ready to take full control of this opportunity and just be the best that I can be. And I feel like I'm better now than I ever was.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, and just for the fans to get a bit of an idea, that absence you had. You said you made a lot of money. Obviously, you will have invested that and made yourself comfortable to set yourself up for this second phase.
I mean, yeah, you know, I blew a lot of money, saved a lot of money. So you know, I made my first millions probably like around 27 years old. So we messed a lot of money up, made a lot of money. But we okay, you know, we own our houses, stuff like that. So we good, you know, just right here, just gonna put the icing on the cake, and we ready to set up for my kids. You know, I don't have any kids, but this is the money that's gonna be for my kids. You know.
Hopefully they're watching this way down the line. But you know, when you say you're blowing money, there'll be fighters, young fighters out there that might want to get educated.
Yeah.
Tell them what not to blow their money on.
So it's hard to tell young fighters what not to do, because you know everybody got to experience and go through it themselves. But the first thing I would do if I was a young fighter is get an accountant, and take care of your money. I was careless with money. I was really careless. Unfortunately, I got a woman that taught me how to be more responsible with it. So, but you know, there was a young phase, and yeah, that's what I would tell the fighters: get an accountant. You know, get an accountant. No, you don't really need all the glitz and glamour. I mean, it's good to have it, but to a certain extent. But I feel like a lot of young fighters got to go through it themselves. You can say it 1,000 times, and if you don't go through something yourself, you ain't gonna really understand it. Some will.
I think that you put that quite beautifully, man. And then obviously this second phase of your career, you've had a few fights now. Obviously you're coming off a loss into another big fight, which credit to you. You're not looking to have like warm up fights. How good is William ZEPEDA from what you've seen of him?
I think William ZEPEDA is one of the best in the division. I think he's one of the best, and that just show you why a lot of fighters don't want to fight him. But you got a guy like me that I've been underdog my whole life, but I always came out on top, and it was no doubt in my head that I shouldn't take this fight. I think he should be more nervous than me. You know, I've been here before multiple times. I'm still young. I'm still fresh. I took 3.5 years off from boxing, and that right there, that preserved my body. So now I feel like I'm back. I'm back fresh. I'm fresh, and I'm ready to go take over the 35-pound division.
A big change in you got in your corner Mustafa Meekins. You know, most people will know Mustafa from Instagram. He does some crazy breakdowns. He's really good to watch.
Yeah.
Big student of the game. You know, why Mustafa Meekins in your corner?
I also have Chino Raul Rivas as well, but Mustafa specifically, I brought him in because I've been watching him on social media for a long time, conversated with him through DMs, and I just think he's a scientist. You know, I believe he's a scientist. I don't think it. I know he's a scientist. I love the way he teach. He's actually one of the last of the dying breeds when they come to teaching fighters. You know, you got trainers, but you don't have teachers, and yeah, I think he's one of the best out there, and he's going to show. Chino, aka Raul Rivas, aka Bibino, and Mustafa, their brains together is going to be unstoppable. And Saturday night, people gonna look at us like, wow, this is crazy. So I'm excited. You know, I'm in tip top shape and just ready to go win this WBC interim world title.
We look forward to that, man. And in one of the things when I see you, this is the first time I interviewed you, but there's a video of yours that I always remember. You know, when you fought John O'Carroll, the build up to that fight, you guys had so much to say to each other. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're singing songs together in your car.
Yeah. He just left. He was here yesterday. I brought him in. I brought him in for I had to get my last sparring out here, so we flew him in to get some sparring in, and we was reminiscing on that. You know, he's a good friend. You know, since we fought, we probably been together probably 3 or 4 times already since we fought. So, he's a great guy, and I don't got nothing bad to say. All positive, man. That's like my brother.
Wicked. And last thing I want to speak to you about is Javon Davis and Jaron Ennis. Javon's not got an opponent. Who should he fight next? And
who don't have an opponent?
Javon Davis officially, I don't think he has an opponent. Yeah. Who do you think you should fight?
Who I think Javon Davis should fight next? I really don't know. Honestly, I'm not really
invested to see him fight.
I'm not really invested into boxing like that to like really watch. But if he had to fight somebody, I would say, give me 10 seconds to think real quick. Nobody had 130, 35. I say rematch with Ryan or Shakur, but rematch with Ryan would be the. Davis at 35. T.O. at 40. So, I mean, that'd be a great fight as well. They're going to do a catchweight. I'm not really a big fan of catchweight. I think I'm an old school type fighter. If you're going to fight at 35, you fight at 35. You're going to fight at 140, fight at 140. You're going to fight at 147, you fight at 147. I'm not a big fan of catchweight. I don't see the purpose or the point. If you're too small to fight at 140, then stay at 35. And if you're too big at 35, go to 40. I don't believe in catchweight, but I think Ryan Garcia and Javon Davis will do a rematch. Either at 35, 40, or 47, whatever they agree on. But it should be at a weight that's it should be at a real weight.
Love that. And Jaron Ennis, you know, your fellow Philadelphian, what did you think of his performance at the weekend?
I think he had a good performance. You know, like I tell everybody, as a fighter, you're not going to look great every night, right? You're not going to look great every night. It's been nice that Floyd didn't look that great, right? And he one of the best ever to do it. So I just think he just got to go back to the drawing board and look at what he think he got to do better. And him and his coach, which is his dad, shout out to them. They just got to see what they think they got to do better. But me personally, I think he did good. We never seen Boots get hit like that. We never seen things like that. But for me, showing that he can take shots, give them back, is a big accomplishment for me. Not a big time for me, but for him. And I think that it may build more confidence in him, you know? Because when you never test it, you never know what you made of. And I feel like he was tested, and he passed the test. And I feel like fights like that can either make you or break you. And Boots, I feel like it's gonna make him, because he's from Philadelphia and he a dog too. So that's what I think.
And the last thing, any British fighters that you keep an eye on for, maybe around your weight or the other weights?
British fighters that I keep an eye on, honestly.
Anyone that you think's good upcoming?
I'm not a really big boxing fan like that, to be honest.
A lot of fighters say that, you know. I speak to a lot of guys at the top level. They don't watch it.
And I'm so telling the truth. I don't really watch it. So especially British fighters. I don't really keep up with them like that. I damn sure don't keep up with American fighters neither. But if you popular and you're doing really good, I'm gonna see you. But I'm not out there searching and figuring out who the next best thing. But shout out to all the British fighters. Shout out to all American fighters. If you're good enough, I'm gonna see you.
There you go. That's a good message. Tevin, a pleasure, brother. Nice speaking to you, and all the best Saturday night.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.